back at it again, and I've got two videos here that I'm gonna combine into one, and you guys aren't gonna want to miss this. Let's dive in.
Mediaite and Showbuzz Daily ranked some primetime cable shows, and it's looking grim for CNN. Fox News programs, including The Five, Tucker Carlson Tonight, The Special Report with Bret Baier, and Hannity, took the top spots with each.
Holy, look at that. Fox is dominating the top 17 spots. Top 17. Before any other show is even seeing any daylight, and CNN doesn't pop in until 25th. Holy cow.
Special Report with Bret Baier and Hannity took the top spots, with each show gaining millions of views a night. And other Fox programs followed suit until the 18th ranked program, MSNBC's Deadline White House. CNN doesn't appear on the list until the 25th spot, with their noon show, Inside Politics, which pulled about 900,000 viewers.
On top of it, the chart also showed that more viewers tuned in for rerun 1 a.m. episodes of Tucker Carlson than they did for Don Lemon Tonight at his primetime slot. So.
More people watch Tucker Carlson's reruns. The reruns at 1 o'clock in the morning. 1 a.m. More people watch that than Don Lemon's 9 p.m. primetime show. You would think the numbers would tell them, hey, better buy a toilet and a ruler and get your poop straight, all right?
Oh, yikes. Not looking so good for CNN. I mean...
That looks horrible. Don Lemon can't even beat reruns? That's bad. That is real bad.
What do we make of the majority of these people who really do know it's a lie, but they choose to repeat the lie and choose to live in that alternative reality?
Well, you're exactly right that there's this tendency to think that this is somehow based on education or experience or anything else. And it's not whether you went to college or not, or where you went to college, that is the most likely predictor of whether you're going to believe this stuff. It's whether you consume right-wing media. Mm-hmm. Every study shows if you consume right-wing media, you're more likely to believe conspiracy theories about vaccines, conspiracy theories about elections. That is the problem in this country, is that we have...
What does he keep looking at? Do y'all notice that? Like, he's like looking everywhere but in the camera. Do y'all see that? Am I tweaking?
A very well-funded, very aggressive operation that is spreading these lies for profit.
Why is he looking around all over the place? What is happening? It's just... like everywhere but the camera. Like his eyes are just... every now and then he'll look directly in it. I don't know. Maybe I'm just tweaking. That's just something that I focused on right there for a minute.
And political gain. And it is incredibly dangerous. There are lots of people who know better, particularly a lot of Republicans on Capitol Hill, but there are also a lot who actually believe it, whose brains, I think, have been pickled by this. And that is what is so scary, is that it's not a grift. There are people who really believe it, and they're controlling the levers of power in this country.
Oh, no. Get ready.
Algorithms. Social media companies that are using algorithms to make money by spreading lies. And we can talk about Russia. We can talk about 2016.
Oh, here we go with the Russia situation.
Sheryl Sandberg, still on the board of Facebook, when somebody came and told people on the board that they'd helped spread Russian disinformation. Her reaction was to scream and yell at the whistleblower. You can look at COVID pandemic. Facebook allowed pandemic to spread at such a rapid pace that the New York Times had an article saying that it got more hits than Taylor Swift's new video, more hits than Friends reunion. You just go down.
So my question is, in a country that has freedom of speech, what is wrong with people saying whatever it is that they want to? Oh, you can't refute it. That's why. So you just want to silence them. You know, the old, if you can't beat them, nah, we ain't gonna join them. We're gonna rig the game. If we can't beat them, we're just gonna rig the system. We're gonna silence your voice so that you can't even say anything. And we're the only ones that get to speak. Who's to decide what's misinformation and what's disinformation? How do I know that you're not lying? Let me guess. You're not. It's not possible that you could ever lie. I mean, there's just no way you could ever lie, right? This crap is just crazy, and you can tell they're panicking. They don't know what to do. People have left in droves. You saw the numbers. Nobody's watching this stuff. I won't say nobody. But most people are watching what's on Fox. Men lie, women lie, but the numbers, the statistics, they don't. And yet, they want to ban misinformation and disinformation. Man, get out of here. It's a free country. People can say whatever it is that they want to say. Man, stop with this nonsense. This is why people don't watch this stuff. You would think like it would get through their brains. There's a reason why people aren't watching my shows. I've got to push this crazy stuff even harder. It's misinformation. That is the exact reason why people aren't watching you, son. What are you doing? I'm getting frustrated. You know what I mean? I'm just like, it's obvious what's happening.
Down the list, and it seems time and again, these social media companies are behaving in a way that we would never allow any other company to behave. And by that, I mean, 50% of Americans get their news from Facebook. Would we allow CBS Evening News with Walter Cronkite in the 60s when he was so dominant in the 70s to deliberately spread lies, channel them through Russia, or deliberately spread healthcare lies? I think the government would pull their FEC license. Why can't we pass basic regulations to make these companies be more transparent about the algorithms that spread the lies on everything from COVID to January the 6th?
The same way that they don't stop you from speaking. They let you speak freely. The same way that they let anybody else speak. It's the way that it should be. If someone wants to believe what they're saying, they have that right. If somebody wants to believe what Ben Shapiro or anybody on Fox News is saying, they have that right. But these gentlemen here want to take that away. But they want to keep speaking, though.
We absolutely should be able to pass them. We actually have to pass them. I think these social media companies are in many ways the tobacco companies of this era. They're exploiting loopholes in the law to deeply damage America. This connects to your cancer metaphor.
Yes.
And with little to no regulation. And so we absolutely have to do it. The reason that it is hard is it is right now not in the interest of a lot of Republicans to do it. If you go to Facebook on a daily basis, the posts with the most engagement are from Dan Shapiro, or Ben Shapiro, Dan Bongino, Candace Owens. It is right-wing content. It dwarfs progressive content. It dwarfs mainstream media content, which is actually should be the part that scares us the most, that Ben Shapiro's Daily Wire has more followers and engagement, many times more than the New York Times or CNN. That is a problem.
So it's a problem that people freely choose, not have to. People aren't like shackled and chained to Ben Shapiro's Daily Wire show or whatever he mentioned, but people freely choose to watch that show more than they watch CNN. That's a problem? This guy's off his rockers.
For democracy.
So are you saying that like the Republican agenda is backed up by the freaks on Facebook, and so they don't want to do anything about it?
Absolutely. It is.
Just making sure.
Yes, I'm being very clear that Facebook is the most powerful messaging platform for the extreme MAGA message. That benefits the Republicans. They have very little. They like to cry about Facebook and big tech, and then they just laugh their way to the bank when Facebook pushes their message, including the big lie, all across into people's cerebrums all across this country.
So
I'm done with this. I can't watch any more of it. I'm sorry. I've watched it long enough. Listen, I tend to be a free agent. I flow where the facts go, and this is not facts, and we all know. Oh, and that rhymed. My goodness. But you would think at a certain point it would click in everyone's head at MSNBC, at CNN, that our message that we are trying to push is not being received by our audience. So take a look. Once again, MSNBC doesn't appear until 8/10. CNN, not until 25. Fox dominates the top 17 spots. To me, if I were running MSNBC, if I were running CNN, that would tell me that I need to stop doing what it is that I am doing. People don't like it, and they really, really don't like it. If I am Don Lemon, I am really changing up my message, because Tucker Carlson's reruns at 1 o'clock in the morning gets more views than my primetime show. But no, they double down and say, we have to censor those guys. The Daily Wire is getting more viewership than CNN. We have to censor these guys. Can somebody make sense of this? I mean, genuinely, honestly and truthfully, can anybody make sense of what is happening with these gentlemen here and the lady that was there? I don't mean to disrespect her. What is happening? I mean, the numbers don't lie. They admitted themselves. They are taking a huge L in terms of viewership. People on Facebook, their shows are getting more views than CNN on television. Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens, they're getting more interactions on social media than some of these other news stations. I feel like a sane person would just say, okay, I need to change up my messaging, and not, oh, I need to censor. But I don't know. Am I losing my mind? Somebody please tell me. Like, don't just tell me what I want to hear, because you enjoy my YouTube videos, which I greatly appreciate. You know, thank you to everybody that always shows love and support. But if I'm losing my mind, please tell me, because I'm honestly starting to get a headache again, and I don't like it at all. But yeah, this is just somebody make some sense of it for me in the comment section below. Like, share, comment, and of course, hit that subscribe button before you go. Make sure you share this video. Everybody needs to see this, because this stuff is just nuts. Just absolutely bonkers. I honestly wouldn't be surprised. I'm gonna bring that back up for y'all. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if this viewership for Fox News doubled over these next few months. Because if that's their strategy, to double down, oh yeah, we gotta censor them. Oh, the big lie, the hoax, and the this and that. If their strategy is to double down, I wouldn't be surprised if these numbers doubled and CNN and MSNBC tanked even further. But I'm out. Peace and love.